Hello, Genesis Dad here, and today we're talking about politics. Something most people don't want to talk about because there's usually two sides of this spectrum. You have the Democratic and the Republican sides. Usually, Democrats are liberals and Republicans are conservatives. Now, each one of these specific parties have different values in what they believe in. The Democratic liberal side is considered the left, and the Republican conservative side is considered the right. As I'm making this video, a Republican, strong conservative Republican president has made it to the White House once again as the 47th president, who holds strong conservative values and holds a lot of hatred towards the other side, the Democratic and liberal values. Now, I want to talk about me personally, and then I'll get into why this should be important to you in your life. So, at a very young age, I never really cared about any of this, and I haven't really cared about it for the longest time until now. When I have children, it affects me more and in different ways. Whether it's child tax credits, whether it's inflation, whether it's insurance, whether it's about genders. It's more pertaining to my kids now than myself. When I was younger, I was ignorant and didn't really want to learn anything and just was like, hey, look, this doesn't affect me. And this is what held me from voting all these years. I decided to not vote at any time. Next election, I will be doing my due diligence. I will be paying attention more to things, and I will be voting next year. Which party I will vote on goes by who's representing it, what they're going to do for me, and how it will benefit me and my family and the world in general, because I actually am caring and loving of people, and I don't think I'm better than anybody else, and I think everybody deserves a chance. So it's very important to know this stuff. However, I don't identify as any one of these terms that I said previously, whether it's Republican or Democrat or liberal or conservative. I don't consider myself any of them because most of the stuff on both sides I tend not to agree with. Now, there's some things from the Democratic liberal side that I agree with, and there's some things from the Republican conservative side that I agree with. And I'll give you an example of some of them. Republicans, especially now, hold the Constitution to the highest regards, but they tend to go back on their word. So right now, they're trying to ban Amendment 14, which allows anybody to be born in America to be an American citizen, whether your parents are illegal or not. They're trying to change the Constitution. However, if a Democratic person tries to change the Constitution to affect the Republican, all hell would break loose. So one of the constitutions that I don't fully agree with is Amendment 2, the right to bear arms. Do I believe that a person should be able to have a gun in their home and a safe to protect them and their family? Of course I do. Do I think that people should be using guns to hunt animals for fun? No, I don't. This is a strong Republican conservative value. Do I think that people should have automatic weapons that they can carry around any place or anywhere they want? No, I don't. Do I feel that people should be carrying guns or leaving guns in their cars, sometimes leaving their cars unlocked, being robbed, and other people using their guns and killing people? No, I do not. These are all Republican conservative values that I don't agree with. Here's another example. Freedom of speech. Do I believe that people should have freedom of speech? Yes, I do. Does that mean that people should be able to make anti-Semitic racist comments? That people should online bully and it be okay? To be able to go anonymous and threaten people's lives online and have no repercussions? No, I do not. Republicans and conservatives are okay with that. Okay. Well, what do I agree with from Republicans and conservatives? Well, like I said, I do agree to freedom of speech. I don't believe in censorship as long as you're not hurting other people. Okay? So if you're reporting factual information, you should not be censored. That's what I believe. So that's one thing I agree with. What's another thing I agree with? I don't agree with how much money we spend on war. That's something that conservatives view as a waste of money and don't want to be in war, and that's something that I agree with personally. But that's that. So those are just examples. There's more. There's and there's more from the other side. More from the bad again. But let's talk about the Democratic liberal side. What do I agree with? I agree with that. Once you're the age of 18, what you choose to do with your body is your choice. So if you want to be a different gender, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, why does it matter to you? Okay. Here's another thing that I agree with. Treating all humans like human beings. That's a democratic value that I agree with. Another thing that I agree with is, if somebody's an immigrant, if they're here and they want to work and work hard, they should be allowed to be here and not be sent back to their country. That's something I agree with. So what are things that I don't agree with? So I don't agree with giving so much financial aid to people who refuse to work and just want to live off the government. That's something that I don't agree with. I don't agree with, doctors giving things to kids to change their hormones and stuff like that. I personally feel that you should wait till you're older to make that decision, but that's my opinion, and that would have to be voted on. So other things that I don't agree with, sometimes when there's a war and one side starts the war, that they're equally treated to the people that are just trying to defend themselves. That's not something I agree with. So those are just examples. Now, nothing's set in stone. That's just what I want to talk to you about. So, but I do believe in equality. I do believe in diversity. I do believe there is racism out there. Obviously, it's a lot less than I think people are pointing it out to be personally. But that is pretty much it. I hope that explains it to you so that you understand. But yes, it's very important to identify what is going on in the world. And if you ever want me to catch you up to speed, I will. And I'll tell you the honest truth, because it's hard to trust the news in general, because news and social media is biased to a specific party. So like Fox News is Republican, CNN, ABC, and all the other ones are Democratic. So they're going to say whatever it takes to make Democrats look good and Republicans look bad, and Fox News is going to say whatever to make Republicans. So it's hard to trust the news. You have to read sources from non-biased parties or neutral parties, which I consider I am, because I hold both sides accountable. Where Republicans look and see something wrong a Republican does, and then they just act like, no. They use the Democrats as an example of doing worse. So it's like, the Republican did something bad. Yeah, but this person did this, and this. And that's their justification. And they double down on so much. So I appreciate you watching this. I got you, Genesis. Stay out of politics when it comes to like fighting and arguing with people, but be knowledgeable about it in case you ever have to back yourself up. I got you.